Well, two bulls are about to lock horns in the boxing ring. Ukrainian Viktor Faust faces Cuban Lenier Peró in a battle of undefeated heavyweights in a bout scheduled for 10 rounds. Viktor Faust, best known for a fight that took place New Year's Day 2022. He and Yago Kaladze, well, they rang in the new year repeatedly ringing each other's bells. 5 knockdowns in a Jay-Z approved 444. That's right, 5 knockdowns in less than 5 minutes of action. It was Faust who stopped Kaladze in the second round. All I can say is, bartender, check please. Now, the same night that Viktor Faust recorded that victory, his opponent this evening, Lenier Peró, well, he recorded his best win. That was by outpointing his Cuban compatriot. And in that fight, Lenier Peró, underneath the Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin main event, it was Luis Ortiz, the former 2-time heavyweight title challenger, that helped Peró get settled here in America after he waited 2 years seeking asylum from his native Cuba. So, and by the way, who isn't being trained by Bob Santos these days? A big year for Santos last year with his Dominican Republican fighters, and now he wants to, of course, lead Peró to become the first ever Cuban heavyweight champion. All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. Here's Al Bernstein.
These numbers are interesting because they're very similar. So you would think, well, the fighters are similar. Not necessarily. Peró, of course, is a left-hander, and Faust is a right-hander. And Peró, he fights more in a crouch, so he fights smaller, and Faust tries to fight taller. So we'll see how that all plays out.
And the rules for the fights tonight: no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Fight is official after round 4. With the official introductions, here's Hall of Fame ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the historic Alamo Dome here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. As Premier Boxing Champions presents a big night of action coming away, brought to you by TGB Promotions and Showtime. And we extend a special welcome to the brave men and women serving around the world and joining us tonight on AFN, the American Forces Network. Well, fans, our opening attraction is presented in association with Warriors Boxing, introducing our judges, scoring from ringside. From Texas, Ruben Carrion. From Nevada, Tim Cheatham. And from Mexico, Alejandro Rochin. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, we have Rafael Ramos. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in a battle of undefeated heavyweights. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold and blue trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Kremenchuk, Ukraine. He weighed in at 234 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 11 wins, no losses, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the decorated amateur, tonight making his Showtime debut, the undefeated Viktor Faust. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim. He is fighting out of Miami, Florida by way of Camagüey, Cuba. He weighed in at 242 3/4 pounds. A 2016 Olympian, undefeated in his campaign in the professional ranks with a record of 8 wins, no losses, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight also making his Showtime debut, here's the WBC number 6 ranked heavyweight contender known as the Vigilante, introducing the undefeated Lenier El Justiciero Peró. Once again, a referee in charge, Rafael Ramos, now to give instructions. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled.
You received the pre-fight instruction, recibiste las instrucciones. Protect yourself, protégete todo el tiempo. Good luck, buena suerte.
Referee Rafael Ramos brings 32 years of pro experience to our first fight of the night, working his 538th professional bout. Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas. The first of a scheduled 10 rounds at heavyweight. And it was 33 years ago today, Tokyo, Japan, where 42-1 underdog James Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson in the 10th round to author the biggest upset in boxing history. When you look at these two heavyweights, Peró has 3 first-round knockouts. Faust has 2 first-round KOs.
Faust facing his first left-hander as a pro, but he faced many in his extensive amateur career. And the other interesting thing is he's fighting with only a 2-month layoff. He won an 8-rounder against Franklin Lawrence, so he's back in the ring quickly.
And both of them again recording the biggest wins of their respective careers. New Year's Day with Peró appointing Giovanni Bruzan, a fellow Cuban, while we talk about that unbelievable slugfest between Faust and Kaladze.
I like what Peró's doing right now. Being the smaller fighter, he's aiming for the chest. He's throwing those straight punches to the chest. He's not trying to open up too much and landing.
Faust facing his 3rd undefeated opponent. Again, both of them still very much in the early stages of what they hope will be a fruitful career in the division that is more volatile than any other because, well, the first punch that lands can also be the last punch that lands.
Changes everything. You know, Peró lands about, his last couple fights, he's landed 40% of his power punches, which is everything other than jab. And for him to do that, he's going to have to get on the inside. That's where he wants to get eventually against Faust.
And he's trying, I like what Peró's doing. The high guard, he's waiting for Faust, you know, to stop throwing that jab. And once he does, he comes in with the 1-2.
Good pace being set by the heavyweights here in the first 2 minutes of the opening round.
And you know, it's interesting you're saying that. Normally, Peró would throw 67 punches per round, which is a lot, and Faust would normally throw less, but Faust is throwing more.
Oh, beautiful right hand over the top by Peró.
And see, that's the thing. Faust, he fights tall. He always has his head exposed. He's got to be careful with that, especially when he pulls back. Peró doing the right thing, throwing the right punches on top.
30 seconds remaining in the opening round. Faust, of course, likes to work behind that sturdy jab. Peró has a nasty jab of his own, of course, from the Cuban school of boxing. Now residing in Miami, Florida, from Camagüey, Cuba, the same hometown as the aforementioned Luis Ortiz and Hall of Famer Kid Gavilan. So a good opening 3 minutes between these undefeated heavyweight prospects.
Take a look at the keys for Peró. He can't throw hooks from the outside because he'll be countered by Faust. He wants to get inside if he can in this match, and once he gets that position, he wants to use a double right hook to both the body and the head. He has a good combination in that regard. For Faust, control the distance, and he did that for the most part in round number 1. He did this also. He wants to throw the jab and the straight right hand as much as he can. If Peró starts to get on the inside and drops his right hand, the counter left hook will come from Faust. He used that punch to knock down Kaladze.
Faust trainer Bülent Basar working tonight's fight with a heavy heart, born and raised in Turkey. Says that 10 of his friends, 7 who were amateur boxers and 3 police officers, among the fatalities from the earthquake that devastated both Turkey and Syria this past Monday.
And Faust himself from the Ukraine, his mom and dad are still there. They're in the safer part of Ukraine. There is a safe spot.
Don't hold it.
And
Break!
so
No
he
punches.
worked in the war effort before he got back into boxing, and so he's got that on his mind as well.
And he's looking to establish the jab early in the second as Peró goes to the body.
And Faust giving Peró a lot more trouble now. A lot of problems with that distance. The straight punches, not letting Peró get in as easy.
And Faust has been sitting down on his punches more than we've seen recently in that opening round and here in round 2. Misses with the right uppercut. Beautiful counter left down the middle from Peró.
That's a very good point, Mauro, about Faust.
And yes, you have the longer reach, the straight punches from Faust, but he has to be careful when he stretches those arms like that. You can't get lazy because Peró always comes on top. Peró has to start taking that jab away from him, from Faust.
Yeah, Peró is interestingly, fighting more from the outside.
Yes.
I would have thought he would try to get inside a little bit more.
You know what it is that Faust, he stays there. Every time he throws a lunging punch from the outside, Peró, Faust doesn't do anything to move. He stays, he's right in the center. No head movement from Faust.
Under a minute remaining in the second round. Faust goes upstairs as Peró was leading with the left to the body from the southpaw stance. As Al mentioned, Faust facing his first lefty, and speaking of body shots.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Peró is going to land and throw more of those throughout this whole fight.
He just landed a nice double jab upstairs as well. Again, Peró leading to the body with the straight left, followed by the rag hook, making that investment early, especially against a guy who stands 6'5", came in at 234 pounds, so the more you attack that body early, the more of a withdrawal you can make later in the fight, Abner.
Yeah, of course. You got to continue to do that if you're Peró.
Peró wasn't stunned for a moment.
Cálmate de corazón. Fóbica.
Nice and calm, nice and calm. That's the round I wanted. It's good.
Todo feliz.
Everything. I'm happy.
Bueno. Toma ahí. Toma ahí.
Take some deep breath here.
Cálmate.
Be nice and calm. I'm happy with this round. Everything is going fine. Just move to left and right a little more. Don't give him, move those angles around. Don't give him the straight punch in the front.
No diferente. Y plano, increíble. Pero no ciega, no directo.
Peró has a good left hand, and here he's going to counter an uppercut from way back by Faust.
It landed.
You do not want to do that uppercut right after from that far out, and that left hand got in.
You don't want to throw an uppercut from that distance if you're Faust.
Ray Vargas learned that against Mark Magsayo in the ninth round of their fight last year. Of course, Vargas moving up in weight again to face O'Shaquie Foster for a vacant 130-pound belt coming up in the main event as we begin round 3, scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight division. Peró coming off one of his 3 first-round knockouts last August using a right hook to seal the deal, while for Faust, he's been 8 rounds 3 times, including each of his last 2 fights against veterans Kevin Johnson and his last outing Franklin Lawrence.
And in the Lawrence fight, he said, I wanted to fight like he is tonight. He didn't want to be as hell-bent for leather as he was against Kaladze, and twice was knocked down. So he's trying very hard to fight more like we've seen some other Ukrainian
No.
I think their names start with a K.
Don't hold it.
And let's not forget that Faust is not a volume puncher. He's a guy that starts picking his punches, and when he lands clean, it's power. He has power in both hands.
Well, the Peró brothers would love to emulate what the Klitschko's did. His younger brother picking up a victory earlier tonight here at the Alamo Dome. Both of them Olympians. His brother defected while, again, we mentioned that Peró, he went the circuitous route, sought asylum, had to wait 2 years, jump-started his career in Germany, and he can't say enough about what Luis Ortiz has meant to him, not only as a fighting hero, but someone who really helped him find his footing here in America.
Yeah, great role model for him.
Nice combination by Faust.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of maintaining the distance, but there is moments where he stretches that right, and it's kind of lazy. It's a lazy right hand, so he's got to be careful with that because Peró's just a matter, he's timing that.
Faust keeping busy, trying to keep Peró momentarily befuddled, blinded with the jab, tries to follow up with the right, while Peró continues to work the body. Final 60 seconds of the third. Jab lands for Peró. Good combination upstairs by Faust.
Peró has some good angles. I have seen in the previous fights. I have not seen that in this fight. He's standing straight up. He's standing right in front of Faust. He's got to use those angles now.
Nice left hand by Peró, but Faust just very busy peppering Peró with punches.
Yeah, Peró can, if he can counter you and hurt you, but when Faust is at distance and he can throw some of those straight punches, he gets the job done.
Don't hold their head, don't hold their head.
Interesting how
don't hold their head.
Judges are scoring these rounds.
Well, and it's interesting, Faust outthrowing Peró 2-1, but it's Peró outlanding Faust 2-1. Interesting. According to show stats, as we complete 3 rounds. Oh, and Peró got staggered at the bell.
Okay.
Give me the ice. Give me the ice.
Hey.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
I'll get it off. Hey, cálmate.
You got to be nice and calm. A little too aggressive in that round.
Mira. Hey, ref, he's pulling down on his head like 8 times. He's been pulling down on his head 8 times. He got to get a warning or a point.
We had land the counter left hook for Faust, and we will see it here. Here's, yeah, that's the right hook that we talked about. Too low, and Peró gets hit with that left hook, and it stunned him. It's lucky for Peró that it came at the end of the round.
Yes.
He right hook, and there's the counter.
Really lucky that it was like it was towards the end of the round, and hopefully he gave him time to recuperate.
Peró has never been down as a pro, rocked by that left hook from Faust at the end of round 3, and Faust splitting the guard with a textbook 1-2 from Orthodox.
Faust put Kaladze down twice with that punch, and he can, when he lands there, it's powerful.
Yeah. No, he can hit. Faust can punch, and sometimes it looks like a punch that really didn't hurt, but you can tell how hurt Peró was. He's taking some time right now to get his wits back. But Faust has to go back to the same thing, the distance. Wait for the right opening.
Gauging the distance with the jab, but that sharp right jab landed for Peró, and now Faust puts punches together. Lead left hook curls around the guard, misses upstairs. What an exchange!
You see the power punches. Now, Peró normally lands, in the last round, he normally lands 40%. He was close, but boy, the big one was landed by Faust.
Yeah, Peró has got to be careful. He's trying to throw that left hand from far away.
Yeah, they're
too
taking swings bigger than the Alamo Dome itself here in this round. It's incredible.
Faust said, I don't want to get caught up like I did in the Kaladze fight of reaching too much after I've hurt him. He wants to be careful not to do that with Peró.
Yeah, but the one that really is reaching right now is Peró.
Yeah.
Faust maintaining that good distance right now.
Nice left hand to the body, left hand upstairs for Peró. 2 consecutive punches that land as we pass the midway point of the 4th frame. Both fighters 30 years of age, both of them undefeated. Peró 8-0 with 5 knockouts. Faust is 11-0 with 7 KOs. second left in the fourth. As Peró again goes to the body, right down the middle, lands that left, but Faust doesn't even budge.
You see him go down, and the guy can take a shot. But again, Peró's got to look. He's got to look for those movement, those side steps. He's standing right in front of Faust. Create that angle for that shot.
Faust winning the foot position battle against the southpaw, managing to get those right hands inside out.
Yeah, he's got that left foot on the outside. And you know, Peró normally throws a lot more punches than he's throwing now. He's only thrown 22 in this round.
And that's because of this sustained offensive attack of Viktor Faust, as we are through 4 scheduled for 10 in San Antonio.
Viktor, feels me good, okay?
Viktor, are you okay?
When
the left is on, you need the right hook.
Viktor, probierst du das diese auch? Der rechte Block ist gut.
You have to try.
Der linke Block ist immer, okay? Wenn du vorne rechte ist, linke Haken kommt.
We need more hooks, way more hooks.
There were some moments where there was give and take in that last round. After Faust, you know, he was coming in there and kind of brawling a little bit more than he wants, and Peró landed a few, and Faust got a couple of in there. Later on, here's Faust with the right hand. He'd been hit with the straight left, but was able to withstand it.
Let's go,
with the counter right in. When Faust counters, he's a very effective puncher.
And while Peró has been economical in his output, landing at over 50%, 56% of his power punches have landed for Peró. A lot of those to the body.
Yeah, so his normal 40% of the last couple fights is up, and yet not necessarily, you know, making sure that he's on top in this fight. It's close fight.
Nice jab, sharp jab by Peró.
Peró has to be a little bit more offensive. He's got to throw a lot more, get in the inside. He's doing that wrong. He throws a left and he pulls right back, right to the center, and right to the distance where Faust wants to keep him.
Good lead left hook to the liver by Faust.
I'm shocked that Peró has not tried to get on the inside. It's interesting.
He's trying to counter. He's trying to throw one shot.
He's giving Faust the kind of fight Faust wants.
Faust lands that right hand upstairs. Lead right hand splits the guard of Peró. Faust finding his rhythm, just staying busy with the jab and doing a lot of head hunting.
Yeah, Faust is not a body puncher, and you could see that he is leading. Peró has certainly done better than the body.
Oh, there's left hook by Peró.
I got it, no punches,
Yeah,
no
when you have
punches,
that
no
power that
punches.
Faust has,
Let's go.
of course you got to head hunt. You got to look for that chin.
Another counter left hook there. He read the keys to victory.
And again, it's working for Faust because Peró's just looking for one shot.
And 3-punch combinations being put together by Faust.
Faust waiting for Peró to open up, and he throws the left and comes back with that
Don't
hook.
push the head, okay? Let's go.
We heard in Peró's corner, his trainer, Bob Santos, yelling at the referee that Faust kept pulling Peró's head down, and now the referee warning Faust for doing that. Under a minute left here in the fifth. The first half of this heavyweight encounter, scheduled for 10 rounds.
It's been an interesting fight, a little different than we anticipated, because we thought Peró was going to try and press to get on the inside and make Faust kind of create distance himself. He hasn't been able to do that.
Right hook, left hand combination by Peró. 30 seconds left in the round.
That's the beauty of the sport. You just don't know what you're going to get. And the adjustments that the fighter can make, and that's what Faust is doing.
It's not that Peró's not landing some nice shots. He is, just not as many as he might if he was on the inside.
Or as we've seen in the past, of course.
Yes.
We are through the first half of this heavyweight fight. The first of 3 bouts coming your way.
Siéntese. Todo cálmate. Feliz. Todo bien.
Okay, everything is fine.
Hey, poco rounds.
That was a
You're
better round.
Down the floor. Okay? Look. Hey.
They asked Faust in
more
his
from you.
corner.
Necesita. No problem. Hey, ref. A little bit behind the head, a little bit pulling it down.
They asked Faust in his corner to throw more left hooks, and he obliged. There it is. Yeah. And he's got a very good counter left, and we saw him hurt Peró with it earlier, and then here it comes again. Peró throwing the left, keeps his right hand down, which he has a tendency to do, and that's why the one punch that looked like it could land a lot for Faust coming in was the left hook, the counter left.
Viktor Faust faced Peró's younger brother, Lenier in the amateurs, losing that fight, so another storyline to monitor here tonight. And again, we mentioned that Peró's brother was victorious on the undercard as Peró looks to improve to 9-0, while Faust hopes to make it 12-0, and Peró again continues to work the body.
And both these men are great amateurs. Peró 4 times beat Frank Sanchez, who is a former fellow Cuban, who's a top contender now in the heavyweight division. Joe Joyce fought Faust, beat him and had him down once, but these men have faced top heavyweights as an amateur, so they think they're ready shortly to take a step up if they can win this fight.
All right, let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farrow. Steve, how do you have it at the midway point, as that will not be ruled a knockdown?
Hey. Mo, I have it 3 rounds to 2 for Faust.
Let's go.
First couple of rounds, there's no way you could have given him to Faust because all he was doing was jabbing at the gloves, not making any contact at all. But that whole fight turned with that left hook by Faust in round 3. I think he's won every round since based on power shots and effective punching. I have him up 48-47.
Yeah, and I agree with Steve. I mean, Peró stopped throwing. He stopped trying to get in the inside, kind of stopped the body as well. 1 punch at a time, and again, Faust doing the right thing, maintaining that distance, volume, straight punches, and waiting for the right opening.
If you had told me before this fight that Faust would have thrown more than double the number of punches of Peró, I would have said, you're crazy, and yet he has.
Final 60 seconds of the 6th. Peró digs to the body with the jab. Faust continues to target Peró's head. Peró getting off first.
And a lot of fault is for Peró. I mean, giving Faust the opportunity to just let go. It's right in front of him.
No punches, no punches. No punches, let's go.
You know, I mean, that's just not much work.
Bring it up.
That was
time out. You okay? You okay? Timing! Let's go!
Yeah, Faust has been able to dictate the terms, fight at his own rhythm and pace. Long-range jab, right hand from Faust. Let's go to Brian Campbell.
Back off. Let's go.
Round number 7 scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight division. And again, Faust begins by just delivering a steady diet of jabs, not more rangefinders, more irritants. I know I've used it before, Al, but it's as annoying as autocorrect for Peró right now. But I mean, he's not really amping up his offense either. He's been allowed to do what he wants to do right now.
I love that word. It's an irritant. That's great. It's a good way to describe it. And you see the unofficial scoring by Steve Farrow. He continues to score these rounds for Faust. It's going to be up to Peró to try and be busier and dictate some of the tempo here.
And that's the punch that Peró, is looking for, has been looking for the entire fight. He landed right now, but I mean, you got to do more than that, which is the overhand left.
Here's a key point. We've not had one clinch in this fight, and that's bad for Peró. He should be on the inside.
He should be on the inside.
Especially since he started as a wrestler.
There you go. Good point, Laurel.
Nice three-punch combination by Faust. 1:45 left in the 7th.
And the interesting thing is that, you know, we're not asking for Peró to do something that he can't do, we have not seen him do before. He usually fights in the inside, he throws punches, he works the body while he's in the inside, and he creates angles. Right now he's standing right in front of Faust.
Yeah, it's a very good point. He's done it before, we've seen it in other fights. And good for Faust for creating, allowing him to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is remarkable. I mean, Peró normally throws about 60 punches around. Faust throws less, and yet look at that. Faust throwing so many more. Now, the numbers landed are similar according to show stats, but I think we can agree that the punches of significance have more been from Faust.
What a strange
don't punch, let's go.
Though, eh? Like so many more punches being thrown by one guy, but the other guy is landing it.
Here's a thought. Maybe Faust just hits that hard that, you know, Peró does not want anything to do on the inside.
Yeah, you know.
I got it. No punch. Let's go.
Neither of these men have been 10 rounds before.
Hey,
Laurel
no punch.
mentioned that Faust has been 8 rounds 3 times and Peró once. So we'll see who benefits more as these rounds go on.
Lead left hook curl behind the guard of Peró, followed by the right from Faust, and Peró now leading with the left of his own, but we're headed to round number 8. Let's go to Brian Campbell. All right, Brian, thank you very much. Vacant 130-pound title up for grabs when Ray Vargas meets O'Shaquie Foster in the main event. Right now it's round number 8, scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight division. A couple of undefeated prospects trying to make the most of this opportunity on the big stage. And well, Peró has left my analysts a little befuddled by his approach here tonight.
You're not the only one that noticed that. But hey, let's talk about the right things that Faust is doing. Except for eating that left hand.
Yeah, he got jolted by that left hand from Peró, but finish your thought, Abner.
But yes, you know, maintaining that distance, always bothering Peró with that right, with that left, that jab, that right, that distance. And when, again, I keep saying, when he sees an opening, he goes for it.
Should Faust start to sit down on his punches more, or are you content to see, whatever's working is working for him, but it's not pitter-patter shots, but they aren't exactly delivered with bad intentions, and a lot of them are being blocked by Foster as well.
No, I think he's doing the right thing. He should continue to do that. You can't sit on a punch just yet because you can see the intentions from Peró. Peró's looking for a one punch, and if it's just a matter of time. If Faust throws a lazy, like I said, right hand, Peró can come over on top.
And Faust very vividly remembers that fight with Kaladze when he overextended himself.
Exactly.
Honestly, we thought this was going to be a shootout with multiple knockdowns. And that really looked like what was going to happen. But part of the reason it hasn't is because Peró has not been able to make it back. Now it's interesting. You see Steve scoring, and let's consider this. He's got a close fight. So
another body shot for Peró.
Yeah, while Faust is controlling distance and fighting at his pace, it's not like Peró hasn't done some good work.
In many ways, Peró has scored the more eye-catching shot, save for that left push by Faust. Mamma mia! And this is why the sport of boxing is as unpredictable as can be. Just like that, Lenier Peró gets the 6th stoppage win of his career, improving
I think he broke
Wait
that
to
ring.
find out what happened to Viktor Faust.
What happened is that two heavyweights were in the ring, and anything can happen when you see two heavyweights throw bombs. And it just took one shot from Peró to land against Faust. And as soon as he turned his back, he knew that he was out. Like it was a body shot. I don't know what it was, but he was really bothered.
Something physically bothers him because he didn't go down. He just looked in agony. But for that man, a very important win in a fight that was going questionably for him. He certainly could have been in the hunt, but it wasn't quite the match he anticipated. But he got the job done with his power.
And the latest knockout win of his career, getting it here in the 8th round, and Lenier Peró
I want to see that replay.
takes the O from Viktor Faust.
Yeah, he does, and of course, you know, Abner alluded to the fact that one power punch, and Faust was concerned with it from Peró, could change his fight, and of course it did, and it did it in an odd way because you would have thought Faust would have gone down or something. So I'm not even sure there might be some other injury. And guess what? Why don't we look at it and we can analyze the whole situation? And here's the left hand, which had landed before, obviously hurt Faust, but it is interesting. He just kind of was there and not defending himself. So kind of a strange posture, and even there,
he's motioning to his body.
Yeah, to his back, to his side. That's what I thought. I mentioned there might be some other injury, and Mauro, you caught it perfectly. Now,
that could
maybe
have been that right hook.
That was
could have been the body
first
punch.
body
And remember,
shot.
the body work has been there all night for Peró, and in the end, he may have been able to mine the victory because of it. And you know, with body shots, Al, we know delayed reactions.
And that is probably the case here. And the ironic part is, Peró was landing big shots to the head. He just took those, right? Yeah. It was the body shot that hurt him. Look, he's hurt there from the body punch, and shots are going to land to the head here. Another one. And then the stoppage will come in from the referee when he sees that Faust is not defending himself.
Lenier Peró pulls it out via 8th round TKO, and he remains undefeated and still has those dreams of becoming the first ever Cuban heavyweight champion. Let's make it official with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 28 seconds in round number 8. A referee stops the contest as the fighter is unable to continue. He is the winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, the Vigilante, Lenier El Justiciero Peró.
Well, Peró was looking for that one shot, and he got it. He got it. Great body work, something that he was missing. He forgot about the body, got that shot, and continued with their left, and great stoppage. Great win for Peró.
Let's go inside the ring, and Brian Campbell standing by with the winner.
Felix De Jesus will do the translating. Lenier Peró. This was a fight that didn't appear to be going your way early. How did you turn things around?
Parecía que esta pelea no iba de la manera que tú querías. ¿Cómo lo cambiaste hacia el final?
Bueno, es una pelea que sabíamos que al principio era difícil, pero bueno, vinimos a trabajar, son 10 rounds, es una pelea larga, así que fuimos construyendo asalto a asalto. Empezó un poco difícil, pero bueno, ahí está el resultado, la montaña, el entrenamiento, todo lo que dicen en el gimnasio.
No, it was a very difficult fight. We knew at the start that it was going to be a very difficult fight. He's a great fighter. So we started to build up and try to see how we can reach to him and started to hit him and stuff like that. And then we finally came ahead in that last round.
You broke through in that 8th round. It appeared to be a body shot that hurt him. Take me through that sequence.
¿Cómo fue que le pudiste eliminar?
Todos sabemos que los zurdos tienen un fuerte gancho de hígado, así que empezamos a trabajar del primer asalto abajo con ya con todo lo posible. Así que cuando fueron pasando los rounds vimos la oportunidad y empezamos a trabajar el gancho adentro porque ya no estaba sintiendo sus golpes, así que podía trabajar la corta distancia.
Yeah, that's what we were starting to work. Since the first round, we were trying to find that liver, trying to find that left hook, and then it took into account in the last round when we started working. His punches weren't that powerful in the 8th round, so then we started working it and we found that shot.
When you hurt Faust to the body, he nearly turned his back. You went in there and finished it off. Do you think it was handled correctly by the referee in terms of the stoppage?
¿Tú crees que el árbitro paró la pelea como lo debió? Porque él parece que dobló la cara y tú seguiste golpeándolo.
O sea, esto es boxeo profesional, aquí no se puede dar la espalda, aquí estar atento todo el tiempo, de frente. Yo tuve mi error en el ring y estuve de frente todo el tiempo combatiendo. Aquí no se puede dar la espalda, esto es boxeo profesional y se aprovecha cada oportunidad.
This is professional boxing, you can never turn your back. So, you know, I was there fighting and I never turned my back and he did and I took advantage.
Congratulations on a big victory.
Felicidades, Lenier.
Quiero dedicar una palabra a toda la gente que me han apoyado esta noche, primeramente a señora Ramos y a Luis de Junior Cuba y a Luis Far por permitirme crecer en la cuerda de Showtime primer promotion. Así que agradecido con todo, my team, mi equipo, todo, mi novia que está cumpliendo años hoy, le dedico esta pelea. Así que gracias a todos.
I want to thank everybody, especially my girlfriend. It's her birthday today. It's Showtime for the great job. I'm finally here in the big show. Al Heyman, Luis de Cuba, everybody that's involved in my team to get this night as a win.
Let's throw it back to ringside.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, Lenier Peró in the end shows up and shows out on his Showtime debut, picks up the biggest win of his burgeoning career, now 9-0 with 6 KOs. Faust refused to continue to throw punches after getting stunned with that body shot. Referee forced to stop the fight.
And the remarkable thing about the numbers is 53% of the power punches landed by Peró. That is extraordinary. He's been averaging 40%, and of course the biggest one was that body punch.
Let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhad, to talk about how the 3 judges at ringside saw it at the time of the stoppage and then to review his own score, unofficially.
Well, Mo, it was a strange fight with a strange outcome, and perhaps predictably the scores were a little strange too. Judges all over the place. They agreed on only 3 of the 7 rounds. You see Ruben Carrion, he gave Peró only 2 rounds, and Tim Cheatham gave Faust only 2 rounds. I'll take a look at my card, and I had it the same as Alejandro Rochin, 67-66 for Faust, who seemed to have the momentum, and then all of a sudden it was over.
A jubilant Lenier Peró celebrating with his fans as he picks up a high-profile win in a, well, bizarro start to our first Showtime Championship boxing event of 2023, BC.
You know, I said it at the top, everybody loves the heavyweights because with heavyweights, it only takes 1 punch. And that's exactly what we saw here with Lenier Peró. You know, I'd love to see him now make that graduation to maybe a contending heavyweight to see where he stands in that division.